Welcome to episode 35 of the A Strings podcast. It's the birthday bonanza!
So 35 episodes, running at least an hour an episode. We've wasted a day and a half of people's lives.
And there's some that are longer. There's some lengthy
Yeah.
episodes in there somewhere.
Yeah, probably run about 42 hours worth of this.
So if you need to make any sort of claims of like loss of earnings or anything like that, we'll make checks payable too. So here we are, Monday the 21st.
Monday 21st December, and we're 36 hours or so into new lockdown.
Yeah.
Lockdown 3.
Yeah, plenty of notice given.
Well, we knew that we had to shut. So Wales have had different rules to the rest of the UK, in as much as we knew that we weren't going to be allowed to open up for Boxing Day sales.
Yeah.
And that we were going to be locked down for at least 3 weeks, starting from the 28th.
Mm-hmm.
And Saturday was... So it wasn't a particularly busy Saturday. It kind of felt like things were kind of winding down anyway. When they, it didn't feel like this week was going to... we got collections and all this, but it didn't feel like it was going to be massively busy.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think?
It was going to be the sort of the last of the reserved stuff that we've got in the front, and probably some last minute panic buys.
We did have people last week picking stuff up because I think it was Wednesday. They said that Christmas is going to change. We can't have like 3 households and all that kind of thing. So it was a shock on Saturday afternoon when it said from midnight, but it kind of makes sense that. If things are that bad, shut it down immediately. Don't wait.
Yeah. Don't
wait another 4 or 5 days.
And have mixing over Christmas.
Have mixing, and then, decide to take action kind of thing. It's so anyway, here we are. It's kind of gone back to click and collect and online.
Yeah. So interestingly, on the Saturday night, I did see that there were some shops, like independent retail, that reopened. Like, obviously, they'd all shut for 5 o'clock.
Really?
And then the announcement came in, and then they realised they weren't going to have any more trading. Obviously people without websites. So they were just like, oh, we're going to open back up until 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. or whatever.
Yeah, so I guess don't name and shame, but what kind of...
I heard that a lot of Porth High Street sort of just reopened and that kind of thing. But, little independents, which is make the most of the... Make the most of the trade-in time while you can. Obviously, we're lucky because we got the website. And,
and also, in some ways, I feel we've been luckier than England in as much as, we had all of... We were open from the 9th of November, so we had all of November and December up until Saturday. So I can't complain.
No.
In the grand scheme of things, I think that, it's... And we had a bit of a sit-down earlier, didn't we, with regards to, I don't think we should see this as a problem. It is what it is. There's nothing we can do about it. So, what we just it's an opportunity to figure out ways of sorting things out that we wouldn't usually have time to do.
Yeah.
So,
well, the normal pattern is get right to the end of December.
Yeah. Burnout.
Be knackered.
Yeah.
And then it's not until kind of the middle towards the end of January where we've got that sort of the energy then to start looking at things. But at least now we can do a bit of housekeeping.
Yeah.
With this time
Get
now.
the shop in order. And, today we've had a humongous delivery in from Fender, and I've just had a letter through from Fender within the last half hour to say that any deliveries that you thought you were going to be getting between now and New Year, forget it, because...
Really?
See, it's Monday, this podcast that we're doing now, and the news is that all the ports have basically closed down. nobody in Europe or anywhere else wants anything to do with the UK because of this newly discovered strain of COVID.
Yeah, of course.
So basically, nothing's getting out, nothing's coming in, And Fender have said, if you haven't got it, you're not getting it.
Yeah.
Which is feels strange, don't you think?
It's really odd.
It's, all of a sudden, it really does hit home that we are an island.
Yeah.
It's
I think it's
Lepers Island.
It's a nice taste of what's to come as well.
yeah, because it's the perfect storm with, Brexit. We haven't talked about that for a little while.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like we're again lucky in that 99% of our customer orders we've had, and we've been able to fulfill.
Yeah, and well, so we spoke to I spoke to a lady on the phone this morning. She's after PRS and Jealous acoustic, and I said, listen, I'll put the inquiry in, but I don't want to be defeatist, but I can more or less tell you what they're going to say, and it's going to be, a couple of months at least. And she said, well, that's fine. But her story is that she ordered, I'm going to name and shame, it was DV247. It's a German-based,
so not British,
German-based company, and they promised that she'd get it for mid last week, and she chased them up today, and they said, sorry, it's been sold to another customer, which just shouldn't happen. If it did happen, why not, just kind of sugarcoat it a little bit for the customer to say, things have messed up. We got the stock incorrect or whatever. But it's So anyway, she she's desperately looking for something. But one thing that we've done throughout is to tell people these are the dates that things are coming in, and as of right now, this is the best information I can give you. I really can't be any more specific than that. We'll keep in touch run up to Christmas, but we are in uncharted waters, and you need to have in the back of your mind maybe a plan B, for these things. And we haven't had an awkward customer, have we?
No, not in terms of the Christmas, over the sort of Christmas ordering and everything else like that.
No.
I think we've had one instance where someone has kicked off.
Oh yeah, there was that one awkward customer.
Yeah, and just doesn't.
And
you can't please them all.
You can't please them all, and I, in all honesty, when things are our fault, when we do something wrong, I think that it's healthier to hold your hands up straight away, realise what you've done, and explain to them you realise what's happened, apologise profusely, and see if there's any way of salvaging the situation. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. In this instance, you went over and beyond. We had a I'm not going into specifics, but we delivered a guitar to a customer in September, just before lockdown. They asked for a case, and we got hold of a case that we thought would fit. We went to the house, because this was during kind of local lockdown, wasn't it?
Yeah, so we were working from the shop. The shop was shut to the public, but we were working from the shop. Yeah.
So Adam went to the house with a case to see if the guitar would fit. The guitar didn't fit. We put an inquiry in with the supplier, and they didn't get back to us. What with everything else, we forgot to get back to the customer, and she came in about a week and a half ago on a busy Saturday and made her voice heard, and to say that how disappointed she was that we hadn't got back to her, and and all the rest of it, and regards to the fact that you did, we have tried out.
Oh yeah, that wasn't mentioned.
No. Anyway, I guess we did mess up in as much as we should have told her that we hadn't heard anything back. But it's all had a full plate, haven't we?
Yeah, and I can't remember the last podcast we did, but there is 3 of us at the moment. Obviously, Glyn is in very sparsely now because he's protecting himself because obviously he's in that bracket. Chris is only in on a Saturday, so it's just been the 3 of us. Tom is here, by the way.
Hello.
It is just the 3 of us manning the ship. So it's it's been plates in the air. Spinning the plates, and
Roy Castle would be proud.
yeah.
So, shop news.
Loads of stuff in.
Yeah, like if you've been keeping up to date on the Facebook Lives and all the rest of it, you've seen what's coming in. Today we had there's 25 boxes, and some interesting bits in today actually. Some so we've had the Fender American Professional 2s kind of trickling in. We've had a couple of Strats now. We've had a Telly. We've got we're waiting on quite a few more of those, and they're going to be coming in during January and February. But we had our first bass in today.
Yes, and
so it's a precision white rosewood neck. Kind of classic looking thing, really.
Yeah.
Looks nice. I haven't picked it up. I haven't seen what kind of state it's in, but it looks nice from afar.
I played a bass line on it to check it.
Yeah.
It's fine. Sounds like a bass.
Yeah. Next.
Yeah. No, good. It's nice that not that I play bass a lot, but the this contour on the heel.
Yeah,
it's just such a nice feature for upper access.
Yeah. I think I'm not sure if we touched on it in the last. Actually, not. The last podcast we were just waiting for the professionals to come in, and we were meant to have about 10 of them in at once.
Yeah,
and they decided to send us a lot of other stuff instead, and one professional, which in hindsight was the best thing that could have happened because the stuff that came in was a lot of Mexican gear, a lot of Squire, and stuff that fulfilled Christmas.
Oh God, yeah.
Demand and all that kind of thing.
It was the better stuff to have for.
Yeah, absolutely.
This time of year.
And so the professionals as and when they're coming in, we sold a Telecaster and we've had some interest in some other bits, so as and when they're coming in, it's nice to have them, but they do seem to be blurring lines now between the professional and deluxe model, or the Ultra as it is now.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Ultra has got all the features, but something like the shaved heel.
Yeah, exactly.
Is something that has been exclusively a deluxe model.
This shaved heel was the Elites, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So now
and the deluxe before it. Yeah.
Right. So so the standard now, the professional, which was the standard, now has that.
And so interestingly, if you want a traditional shaped Strat Telly or bass, I guess, you've got to go either Performer or original.
Yeah.
The Performer seems to be ticking the boxes the most professional, the most American standard potential customers would want anyway. Yeah. Have you found that?
I think so. We did that YouTube video, the phenomenally successful YouTube video, comparing the 4 American guitars, and that one comes out on top. I'm not sure what the comments are like generally. Tom looks at all the comments. The Performer.
Can't remember.
You can't remember.
Thanks, Tom.
Back to you in the studio.
There's a lot of people saying that they all sound the same.
Right.
Yeah.
There's always the people as well that
we've
say
had Ultra Magnus turn up outside the shop.
We have. There's always those comments as well that say that we edit and tweak the instruments so that the more expensive ones sound nicer, because that's what we want to sell. But we don't. They're all EQ'd and everything else exactly the same, identically. Everything is the same. Because I can't be bothered. Why would I be bothered to sit there for hours editing stuff like that?
Yeah.
Because they don't buy them from us anyway. They go somewhere else.
Yeah. But that said, just touching on the social media thing at the moment, things seem. Well, I had a message from Gareth, who's the Blue Line kind of the Fender kind of brand manager, but for everything not Fender in Europe, Middle East, and Africa.
Yeah.
And he said that the social media content that you've been putting out, this last 6 months really does seem to be kind of. He said it's off the charts. He's really, really impressed with it, but it's getting the attention of all of the, the marketing guys in Fender and Gretsch and all the rest of it. There's nobody, I don't think, out there that's doing a better job at kind of composing and getting these kind of tasty product shots than you are for the Instagram channel. Yeah. And I think that what you're
I'm
looking at me
I'm
with
thinking Sandu's going to headhunt Tom. He'd be gone.
And with regards to the videos, I think that's picking up traction. So October we hit 7,000 subscribers, didn't we?
Yeah.
And already I think we're up to about 7,250.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow.
It seems to be really snowballing, and the Facebook page, which we've which has broken our hearts, and we've toiled and laboured over again, for the last year. That's hit 5,000 in the last week or so. So that's not bad going on.
Everything's growing, and I think it's just up to us now to take
nurture,
some time on the on the content of it. Like obviously Instagram is nailed on. Like Tom does it. It's every day.
Yeah.
And there's stuff that goes up every day, and it's consistent, and it's all good stuff.
Yeah.
But it's we haven't been able to get in the room properly because of all this. Obviously a man down and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
To do some YouTube stuff, but now we've got the opportunity to sort of get some ideas, lock ourselves away, and it's we can do a good chunk of videos that we can schedule out over a few weeks.
Well, this is the benefit of having these. I say you got to look at these breaks maybe as a bit of a benefit. We can certainly continue to push the online and try and get people in for click and collect. But if we not got customers coming in through the door, it means that we got opportunities to do other things. Anyway, kind of digressing a bit. So today we've had in some electromatics. We've had the black rat rod.
Yeah, nice.
So now we got the
Very
black
cool.
and the white one together. The grey one apparently isn't that popular, but we always tend to do well with the non-popular ones. Everything that people say don't get.
I'd imagine it'd be nice, but
yeah,
it's
the matte finish again, is it?
The matte.
Yeah, the Gretsch wall has really kind of transformed in the last 3-4 months, hasn't it? When we come back in from first lockdown, there was really naffle there, and we've filled up with a lot of the new releases that came out in the summer.
Yeah,
and I think the next kind of place to go with it now in the new year is to start one by one filling up with some of the Pro Series stuff.
Yeah, I think that's
Pro Series models.
Yeah, top end. The top end that we've got out there at the moment is the electromatic stuff.
Yeah, and we were having a chat the other day when we were saying that the electromatics in isolation might seem like an expensive guitar because you've got the streamliners that are leveling out around about the £500 mark, aren't they? Plus or minus, depending if you've got Bigsby or what model it is or whatever.
Yeah,
but the electromatics, then you look at what they are and you're thinking, well, why are they? The customer's questions always are, why are they more expensive than the streamliners?
Yeah.
And there's good reason. It's better pickups. There's better materials. They're made in Korea as opposed to China, and there's plenty of reasons why. But people still see the electromatics as expensive, I think, and so I'm curious to know what customers' impressions, just random customers' impressions of electromatics will be when they see the Japanese professional collection against them, because they're all 4 figures and they're starting from around about 1,700-1,800 quid, I think. So
it's this. You'll see how good the electromatics are.
Yeah,
against the Japanese ones then.
And whatever professional collection Gretches we've had in the past, they've always gone, haven't they? I remember when maybe you were working here at that point or not, I'm not sure, but we had Brian Setzer in purple.
Yeah, I don't.
Country Gent in
I wasn't here. I
Rosewood.
obviously I was always a customer.
Yeah.
So I remember him being here.
Yeah.
But I wasn't working.
That felt like it was a year for ages, but in the grand scheme of things, it probably wasn't a year more than 18 months kind of thing. Yeah. We had Country Gent, which was Lindenbort.
Oh, yeah.
And I think there was something else. And we've had random bits in between, but...
The White Falcon, which Chris had, wasn't it?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And then the 2 Pro single cuts.
Yeah.
Elwyn's got one.
Yeah, another one into that chap. And there's been... we sold a Billy... Bo Diddley. Is it Bo Diddley?
Yeah, the weird shaped
Bo Diddley
one.
Bo, the
Diddley,
square one to Andy from
Right, yeah.
Paul. Yeah, no, there's been... we've had them through, and they've gone. And I think that we're, just with regards to exposure and website and just, the how things are, I think we're in a better position than ever, really, to start doing these things. So, yeah. So it's to look forward to.
Yeah, be nice.
We've had Jim Dandies in for the first time in ages.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah.
Did they discontinue them?
They did
it wasn't
for a little while. I think they had to change factories or something.
Ah, okay.
And, we had some Gin Rickeys through, didn't we?
Yeah, really cool.
Yeah.
We've had a
really
couple of
lovely
requests
thing.
for some more of them. So
And they're basically Jim Dandies, but with the pickup in.
essentially, yeah, I can't see one to... But yeah, they are, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same construction, I think. But nice, cool things then.
Yeah. So, like I say, loads in today, but, since the last podcast, we've had a lot of notable things that I just can't really think of off the top of my head. Have we mentioned the Evangelion Telecaster?
We would have mentioned it months ago
previously
on here when we were ordering it, and yeah, we definitely would have mentioned it.
Well, we could have sold about half a dozen of these at least. There was only was it 10 coming to Europe or something?
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
it was ultra limited, and it's this kind of Japanese cartoon.
Yeah, it's like it's a
manga kind of
thing, isn't it? Which I'd never heard of.
Looked like you're going to say something, Tom. Just yes.
Yes.
That's right.
But it was. I remember the conversation about when you said, "Oh, should we order it?" Because it was such a random.
Yeah.
And none of us had ever heard of the
cartoon
of it.
No.
And the popularity, the requests that we had as soon as we put it on the online.
A chap called Ben from down the West Country was the first to email and said, "Is this have you got this yet, or have you definitely got one coming in?" And I said yes, and he said, "Can I put my name down for it?" So he put his name down for it back in May, and first off, it was meant to arrive mid-July, then mid-August, then late August, then October, and then it just kept going on and on. But I said to Fender, whatever happens, I just make sure, don't let this guy down on this one, because
and it was paid for, and
absolutely. And then all of a sudden, you get these lists from Fender, and it'll say when they're due, but then all of a sudden, when it is due to be shipped, it'll show as allocated, and there'll be a number against it. And I looked at this list that gets sent through to me every Monday, and all of a sudden, the date next to the Evangelion just went blank, and I kind of panicked, and I mentioned something to Sean, the rep, and he didn't. He said, "Oh, don't worry about it. It's probably in pick now, and it's going to be coming out to you." A few days ago, and it's still shown blank. I'm being invoiced for it, and he makes some inquiries, and it's gone somewhere else. Another customer's managed to grab it, and I said,
it had been DV 24/7.
Well, yeah, exactly. So, it was a stressful afternoon, and unfortunately for Sean, Sean is as good a rep as you can get. He really looks after us, and he's the link between us and Fender. And so he doesn't personally do anything wrong, but he bears the brunt of all of the stresses that the dealers get, especially this time of year as well. And I kind of went off the handle a little bit. And
I've there's only a couple of times I've seen you like seething, and that was one of them.
There's generally a lot of pacing and circling of the Vox Island.
Yeah.
And just I said you got to sort this out. And anyway, he got in touch with Fender to try and find out what happened. And it's almost not worth trying to find out what happened because you're in the situation. You need to just make it work. So you find out who else managed to get one, and one of his Irish dealers from the goodness of their heart that I actually need to get in touch with today said, "Yeah, no problem, let him have it." But it, yeah. So anyway, they sent it about a week last Monday, and come Thursday, I was looking online. Where's this guitar?
Yeah.
And it's stuck in Nottingham somehow. It's managed to get there, and it wrong address label or something. So it finally arrived with us today, and it's a stunning piece, isn't it?
Yeah.
It must take I don't know what the process would be to get an accurate design like that printed onto a guitar. Would it be kind of screen printed, or would it be I transfer, or I don't know.
Not too sure, because most stuff is, 99% of stuff is, is hand sprayed, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like at that level, it's hand sprayed. But obviously, this is a fade. This is a Sex on the Beach, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the colour. Orange into yellow, but then you got all the graphic on top.
Yeah. It really did feel like Sex and the Beach. It felt like we were going to get...
Yeah.
Can't say that, unfortunately. Something I realised when... I started seeing back in November that these guitars were being let out into the wild. So some people in America had some. I think that some had been imported from America into like a guy in France. Anyway, I saw this Google search or whatever, the massive error on the Evangelion. I thought, oh no, what now? Is this going to mean that, orders cancelled? On the back, where it says serial number, it says serial number, Number. So it's like Pemember the 5th of November.
Which nobody will get the reference.
No. But yeah, on the back of it, there's a spelling error, which...
I think that's cool.
I think it's really cool.
I think that's cool.
Also, given how meticulously accurate, and defined the artwork is, is it going to drive the OCD customers round the bend?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's brilliant. It's like the Performer we had with the rosewood neck, which we've had the right one today.
It's nice when things like this happen because you realise that these are humans building these guitars. It's not just a computer would never make such a glaring error. But
really cool though.
It makes it special, doesn't it, as well?
Yeah.
So the entire run of them has got it, is it?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
But if they ever did any more, they wouldn't have that mistake.
No. Well, that's the thing, So they said that of this particular design anyway. There's, I think that there was a film released in Japan based on this guitar, which has inspired the release of this, along with a lot of other kind of artwork and promotional items. But you can imagine that there's been some kind of heated conversation somewhere, with the license holders, saying you release this product and you do it doesn't look good on Fender really.
Yeah, no.
But I say at the same time, I see something like that as a quirk, as a positive. Yeah.
Exactly.
Because we're all about the positives.
Got to be.
We had a horrendous morning. I decided to work from home for just for the morning. Friday morning's wages day, and I think it was the end of November, wasn't it? Because I think I was trying to do the the end of month thing and just catch up with it a little bit because it's been such a busy few weeks in the shop. And that Friday morning, it was just everything that could go wrong went wrong, whether it was people cancelling orders, wanting refunds, stock not turning up, and us causing disappointments to people.
These are not just random examples. All these things happened on that morning within 2 hours of being open.
Yeah, the day was showing -4 figures, by 11 o'clock. It was horrendous. And, just when, there's an instance where somebody come in and ordered something significant, and you think, oh, good, balance things out a little bit, and then they come back in literally 25 minutes later. Oh no, the other one, the item we were expecting turned up, so we want a refund. So all that went, and so and with my positive kind of outlook in life at the moment, I was just trying to find positives for each of these things. It's good that he didn't have the guitar that he paid for, because it means we got an extra one for the wall. And
exactly.
It's good that this guy's original package turned up, because he might not have been able to get a refund for it. And, you do feel slightly mental sometimes, trying to put a positive spin on everything.
Yeah,
but
definitely do.
But, when you can't change the outcome, it is what it is, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. So the really big news is that it is Monday the 21st of December. It is the shortest day of the year, and it is your birthday.
It is, yeah.
So I won't divulge your age. That's up to you. If you wanted to, you can, to the listeners.
Well, some customers think that I'm 19, 20 years old. Remember Gus the Bus's wife?
Yep.
Because of the hair and the face mask.
But obviously, you always. With the we were wearing masks at the time. But I was going to say you were always clean shaven as well.
Yeah. That might have been the day where I had the visor on, but it was pushing my hair up, kind of
possibly
flash dance, kind of, or like one of the kids from Fame.
Yeah.
But
Possibly.
Since we've been wearing face masks, 2 different customers have asked if we're brothers.
You and me?
Yeah.
Wow. At least I'm not getting asked if I'm anyone's dad anymore.
That is good. That is good.
So I'm 41.
It's good.
Yeah,
it's a good age.
So I do realise I'm giving out quite sensitive information. My birthday's 21st of December. I'm 41, so any number of pin numbers need to be changed tonight. But yeah.
So obviously it's very different birthday.
Yeah. Last year, I was in cut-off denims, singing "Something Got a Hold of My Heart" by Gene Pitney, eating a delicious cake made by Tom.
Yeah, flipping heck, yeah.
Not on my own, I hasten to add. There were others in the room.
This year it's on your own.
Yeah.
And you were absolutely plastered.
Oh yeah.
I was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had karaoke.
Yeah, I was sick the next morning.
It was a gin bar.
Yeah. Kate did really well with that.
It was a questionable slideshow.
I had yeah, we won't go there for a number of reasons. But Tom baked an amazing Brian May cake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
With a gingerbread red special. Was it gingerbread?
It was,
yeah.
Gingerbread.
Yeah. He was panicking of how phallic it looked when he'd baked.
Gingerbread special.
Yeah.
There's an idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's quite different.
And it was the last kind of big get together that we kind of had, didn't it? I guess we had there was the gig we went to for the floods.
Yeah.
But apart from that, where we all kind of got together, that was the last time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And can't believe it's a year. It doesn't feel like a year this year, does it? I think everyone's perception of time has just been kind of gone out the window.
I think we got to August, September. I think we might have even said in the last episode, we were sat in August, September, and your last sort of timestamp was March.
Yeah.
Of real sort of normality. I was saying to Chris yesterday that it's insane that our last gig was March. Was Wales versus England, Six Nations.
Wow.
So we haven't gigged or rehearsed since then.
No.
And it's easily going to be
hemorrhaging band members.
Yeah. It's easily going to be summer, before we're doing anything.
So
again.
Is that what you're kind of aiming for? Have you got anything booked in, or have you got...
Yeah, so we got something booked in March, which is a Christmas one pushed forward. I can't see that going ahead. And then we got a couple of dates then in the summer, which are really, really cool things. They're like it's like
Like
a
the one on the
4x4
beach?
race on the there's one there's a couple. It's the same people that have booked us. There's
Yeah.
like a 4x4 kind of race day down on the beach somewhere, and then the other one then is the sailing regatta rally, which we do, which we were booked for this year. But obviously they pushed that.
There's going to, if everything goes according to plan, and we start feeling the effects of this, of the vaccination, and we start becoming immune to this, and we can start getting some normality back to life, and gigs can start going back. They can start holding them responsibly again from June, July onwards or whatever. There's going to be a bizarre period of time in April and May, I think, where we start seeing people that we just haven't been on our radar for the last 9-10 months. By that time, 12 months, because there's swathes of customers that we just haven't seen, and it's heartbreaking. They become friends after a while. They come in for their kind of weekly supplies because they're going gigging for the weekend. From Friday night through to Sunday evening, and we just haven't seen them. So it's going to be a
and there's a lot of people that are probably looking at it and not going back to it.
Well, the going rates for gigs in this area, it's not great, is it? When you look at the expense that it costs you, and the time commitment, and just the amount of, in a 5-piece band, as your band was, set up at a gig, run about 5:30, 6 o'clock. Assuming it's local, you got your fuel, you're hanging about, you put your show on, you leave the venue 11:30, 12, maybe later.
Oh, it's later, yeah.
So, each of you have got, 7 hours work, under your belt. You break it down, and, with regards to, what it's cost you to get there and how much you're earning from it. And you're still earning twice as much as what you would at A-Strings. No, but, seriously, it's not much as it. You do it for the love of it.
Oh yeah,
and unfortunately, while the cogs are kind of turning, and you've got the the adrenaline rush, to pardon the pun.
Good plug. Yeah.
Adrenalineband.com. Is that it?
It is now. I'm gonna have to make it now, aren't
I? But the adrenaline's what keeps you going, and it's the love and the passion for performing and doing what you're doing. And so
the work isn't the show. The work is the setting up and taking down.
Yeah. So a band member of yours has called it quits.
Yeah.
Because all of a sudden, he's, as a 41-year-old, I can appreciate, he's got his weekends back, and he's probably found that, do you know what, to go out and watch a gig where, you're going out and you're drinking from 7, 8, you have a good laugh, see the band, and then, go home without having to unload and all the rest of it. It's probably, it certainly seems less stressful and more enjoyable night than lugging your stuff out.
Yeah.
Playing to, sometimes an unappreciative crowd, can go one or two ways, can't it?
Oh, God, yeah.
Not with you. You.
Oh, we played to massive halls with about 4 people in. And even they're not interested. But, you're right. There are some gigs where, like it's miserable weather, and you just you go straight from work to the gig, and it is difficult. But then you'll get the gigs where it's absolutely crazy, and you've got massive crowd of people up and dancing, and it's just So there's definitely ups and downs with it. But it's you do miss it. I was talking to one of the guys that comes here. This in a band I used to be in, and I said it's a bizarre thing, especially December, because December's normally, absolutely manic with gigs. And I said it's a weird thing of like, I miss the gigs, but I'm weirdly enjoying being quite well rested in December.
Well, this is the thing, in between Christmas and New Year. So usually, the 27th of December is our busiest day in the shop, and the 28th isn't far behind. This year, we don't get too excited. We're still gonna have to come into work a bit, but there's no, we haven't got the pressure to kind of be here for 9:30 because anybody who wants anything is going to have to have bought it beforehand or have called us to order it. So, worst case scenario is that, there's two ways of looking at it. From a personal point of view, it'd be lovely to have a lot of time off in between Christmas and New Year to recharge the batteries. For the shop, that means obviously we're not that busy, but I think that if the website works out the way that hopefully it's meant to be used, people will order things beforehand, and we'll have a good idea the night before them on the morning with regards to what time we need to kind of come in.
So when can we start? When will sort of like the couriers and things start up again then?
Well, 28th is bank holiday anyway because Christmas lands, Boxing Day lands on a Saturday.
Of course, yeah.
So they're not going to be picking up from the 29th anyway, which is a Tuesday. And
then they stop again for the New Year's Day, is it?
Yeah.
So there's that little blip in between as well.
Yeah. So, no, so they'll be back on... New Year's Day is actually Friday, isn't it?
Okay.
Which is bank holiday. The second wasn't a bank holiday, so... Depending what the lockdown kind of situation is, but I think that... So we're going to be able to start sending stuff out from Tuesday 29th.
Yeah. And
from Monday the 4th. Talking today to call House Music who do the Brian May guitars thing. We needed to order something in, and they said that it's just the cost of deliveries to Italy have gone up from, because they send so much out there. They usually pay, I think it's something like 14, 15 quid to get a guitar out to Italy.
Right.
It's gone up to £68 today, because obviously there's nothing's been allowed in and out of the port, so they're having to get things specially flown, and they need to be special kind of. It's a nightmare, and they're trying to get this stuff done by Brexit Eve because
we don't know what's happening there.
No.
Yeah. So we are throwing away the structure for today. Seeing as it's your birthday, we're not gonna make it too much of a self-indulgent. We're not going to make it too much of a self-indulgent thing, but I am going to give you your gift live on air. So the reaction is recorded for all time. Are you ready?
Yeah. Flashlight.
It's in Christmas wrapping paper because obviously his birthday's so close to Christmas. The wrapping paper was already there.
Is it a CD?
Yeah, it's a CD.
It's wrapping paper from Sainsbury's.
In 2020. So it is recyclable wrapping paper with recyclable tape. So this is, I think, a perfect gift for Andrew. If any of you know Andrew, then this is, I think this will be very, very good.
Amazing. For my phone.
For anything.
For keys.
Anything. Yeah, I had your keys in mind.
Yeah. That's amazing. How many times a day do I ask you
where things are? Even if I'm not here.
Yeah.
Where is it?
It's a tile. So basically, it syncs up with your phone, does it, or something? Where?
Yeah, it's like a GPS.
Yeah.
It's a GPS key ring essentially. Yeah. So you can just pop it on and then.
Thank you,
man.
You
can find your keys wherever they are, or if whatever you've got. Yeah. I don't know what
I've
else.
I've often wondered whether people could install these in like especially if you're gigging. In like cavities in guitars, or whether it would like interfere with.
Yeah, maybe.
It's a tracking thing.
I mean,
but that's absolutely brilliant.
You can 100% put that on a guitar case.
Yeah.
But I can't see why not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm touched. Thank you very much.
So if you ever ask me where your keys are again.
Yeah. Yeah. You reserve the right to tell me to. Thank you, man.
It's okay.
The trouble is, he'll lose that before he gets it.
Yeah, it will never make it to the keys. Never makes it.
Biscuit News!
we've brought ourselves lots
Port
of
and
stuff.
wine new.
Tom has brought lots of stuff for us.
Yeah.
He brought us in the
Leberkuchen.
Leberkuchen.
last week, but we've had loads and the Oreos, white
Yeah,
chocolate
Oreos.
covered Oreos.
Yeah, well, all of a sudden, after the last episode, Tom's become a bit of an Oreo.
I've come round to the
Yeah.
the chocolate covered Oreos.
Also, we so mince pies. We've come
you
across
brought
a few good ones, haven't we? But they're these Echefeckens or something. And we told Tom for a couple of weeks that they had almonds in them, and so like marzipan, so he stayed away from them. And
They're absolutely delicious.
They're amazing.
yeah, there's not a trace.
I've
of
only
marzipan.
had one.
Yeah, he's seething is
Yeah.
not the word.
They are amazing. Also, the little mini ones. There was like a selection box thing of them from Sainsbury's, and there was like maple syrup ones, and then the frangipani ones, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the maple syrup ones are amazing. Really, really nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what we've been overloaded on recently.
Yeah.
Is,
It
that kind
not
of
as
stuff.
much as previous years because we haven't had the reps coming
No, yeah.
in. You know,
I think it's a bit
they've
of a
obviously
healthier
never heard of Parcel Force or DHL or UK Mail. To send through.
I was wondering about Optima because you normally always get a.
They didn't get it last year either. Yeah,
You did get some beers from.
yes,
Strings and
and
Things.
things.
Yeah,
the only
shout out.
ones. Yeah, they got some things. Oh, and of course, Port and Stilton from.
Who from?
Who's it? Brian
Brian. What?
May.
Brian. Oh, right. Brian May. Yeah.
Queen guitar.
I know he's the Badger guy, isn't he?
Queen guitar.
Oh, Queen. Right. Yeah. I know. But no, it's been a pretty healthy.
It has been.
Yeah, I mean,
Healthier.
it hasn't.
No,
Yeah.
it's not been healthy.
But,
But-
yeah, compared to some years where we've had a league table of mince pies
Yeah.
and reps are bringing all sorts of stuff, like every week, multiple things a week, I think we're doing all right.
Tom's been making up for it at home.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
What did you have for breakfast?
after eights.
It's a chocolate fiend.
It was after 8.
Ah, good. Yeah.
Good. So we'll keep it short and sweet. This one, a bit more of a rambly one, but we'll do the, as we said, the look back next week.
Yeah, we're going to pick our favourite gear that's coming through the year. So you better be here.
With Adam Fear.
I'm Adam Fear. Christmas.
It's Christmas. And so have as nice a Christmas as you possibly can. It's not the one that we all expected.
No,
And hopefully it'll be the last one like this.
yes.
And enjoy yourselves. We're here if you need us.
We're available through Facebook,
Facebook.
and our email, and obviously the phone is going to be
Insta.
a hit and miss one, obviously, because we're not always.
I'm going to put it on
yeah.
divert, and this is in no way a challenge to the listeners. I'm going to see if anybody calls on Christmas Day, just to see what happens.
There will be.
Do you reckon?
There'll be one of these lot.
Well, I yeah. I'll report back.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
Yeah, maybe it can be a new segment of the show, Christmas telephone news or
Yeah.
something. Merry Christmas. I've been Andrew.
I've been Adam.
I've been Tom.
He's still
He
here.
is still here.
Just Nadolig Llawen and all that.
Yeah, and we'll see you soon.
Episode 36.
It's going to be a corker.
Wow. Bye
Ta-ra.
now.
Bye.